Hey everyone, Cryptopher here. Thank you very much for joining me on today's special emergency video, and let's get right on into it. Now, why do I say emergency? Well, I think Bitcoin is actually gearing up for a very big move. And just before I show you that, let me just give you a quick recap. So as I mentioned in yesterday's video, I believe that Bitcoin was forming this bear flag formation, and that if it was to break down, the targeted move would be the flagpole length here, continued down from where it breaks down, and the target would be somewhere around 25,800. Well, I also mentioned that Bitcoin may potentially, because we are in a bull market, may bounce and move on further up. And I showed you, based on the fib retrace here, from the swing low to the swing high, that Bitcoin nearly touched the 0.618 level around the $34,000 range and did indeed bounce back up. And so far, Bitcoin has went back up the trending support line for this bear flag and is currently testing it as we speak. We zoom in a little bit further here. Nope, it actually broke down a little bit, testing it back up. So this trending support line is where Bitcoin is currently at the moment. But why do I believe that Bitcoin might be gearing up for a big move is because if we actually zoom back and take a look, we'll see that Bitcoin may potentially be forming a horizontal triangle, a large horizontal triangle. So let me just draw these lines here. Okay, connecting the recent 0.618 level here. Okay, and just to see it better, I'm just going to mark these as dotted so that it's easier to see. Okay, so we can see here that if we connect where Bitcoin dropped down to the 0.618 level, as I mentioned before, around the $34,000 range, 34,400. If we connect these dots here, two touch points here, two touch points here, we see that Bitcoin is forming a larger pattern here, which is a horizontal triangle. Now, with horizontal triangles, the movement is 50-50. It could potentially move up or move down. So I just want to show you this because there is two potential scenarios which I wanted you to be aware of. So if you wanted to make a trade, then you could make a decision on your own when the appropriate time occurs. Now, the targeted move for either location would be, again, the original flagpole length here, so nothing really changes in terms of the length. So if I just bring this back here, you can see that that is indeed the length from where it broke down to the swing low here. So if Bitcoin was to break down, and let's say a little further down, because Bitcoin now, based on this horizontal triangle, is then in the middle of the triangle, let's say by tomorrow, and that tomorrow's date here, let's say about here approximately. If Bitcoin was to break down, the targeted move would be about 25,900. So not too far off from the bear flag target that I mentioned earlier. But if Bitcoin was to be able to rally up and break above the resistance line here and find support with volume, then the potential breakout target would be about here, 49,600. So that's why I wanted to share you guys very quickly here, because it is getting close to the end of this horizontal triangle, and that Bitcoin could potentially move up or move down. But I want to quickly show you the new target there, so that in case you wanted to make a trade, then you would know roughly where the target moves would be. So again, if it was to break up with volume and confirmed support, then we can see that the target would be roughly the range of 49,400. And if Bitcoin was to break down, then the target would be about 26,000, around there, because it's moving further up the trend line. Then the targeted breakdown would not be as much as if it was the bear flag target, and if it was to break down at this location, as I mentioned earlier. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Just do be careful with your trades, guys, because right now things are quite volatile, as you can see, and that with either trade you may potentially do, make sure you put in stop losses. So if you were to do the breakout trade above, I would say put your entry point roughly approximately here, and your stop loss to be just below the resistance line. And the reverse I would recommend, if it was to break down, I would say you would put a trade here, put in your trade here, and a stop loss maybe just right above the support line here. So that would be my recommendation there. But again, guys, remember, I'm not a financial advisor, so this is not financial advice. This is something I would do and I would look for, and this is just what I would this is what I'm sharing in terms of my opinion. So again, thank you very much for tuning in on this special emergency video. If you find value with this, please subscribe and like, and also share with someone who you think might need to see this. Thanks again, and have yourself a great day.